Good morning out there to all my subscribers and viewers. I hope everyone is well. And today's devotion, if you remember, the devotion last did was about giving tithes. And this is another one about giving. It's called Giving Under Grace. In 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6, it reads, "He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly. And he who sows beautifully will also reap bountifully." I messed up that, so let me read that again. He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. If you want to invest in God's work, then how much should you give? After all, some money has to be spent on living expenses. Some money has to be given to our kids and grandkids. And some money ought to be used to enjoy life that God has given us. How do we know how much to give to the church? Good Grace says that the tithe is the starting place of grace giving. Some people say we are no longer under the law. That means we do not have to tithe. But tithing came before the law. 400 years before the Mosaic law was given, Abraham instinctively gave a tithe of what he had to the priest Melchizedek, and that's found in Genesis chapter 14, verse 20. But notice that the tithe is the starting place of our giving, not the ending place. After all, the Israelites were a poor agricultural people, yet they actually gave three tithes. They gave 10% of their meager income to support the priest. They gave another 10% to fund celebrations. And then every third year they gave another 10% to take care of the poor. When you put those three tithes together, it comes to about 23.3% of their income that they were giving every year. In comparison, 10% seems a meager place to start in our giving. Let me put that in perspective for you. Years ago, I heard a sermon by Dr. Bob Russell, and he was talking about a group from his church in Kentucky that went to Romania on a mission trip. This mission group found out that the Romanian Christians were very distressed because they wanted to give 10% of their income to the church, but the government prevented them from doing so. The government had limited the amount that people could give to churches, so the Romanian Christians were constantly looking for loopholes to get around that limitation. And then Dr. Russell made this point. The Romanian Christians have less, and they are looking for ways to give 10%. And here we are in America, free to give as much as we want to give, and we even get a tax deduction for doing so. And we are looking for loopholes in the Bible not to give. Now that's sad, but true for some. What an indictment. When our hearts are right, the question is not how little will I give, but how much can I give and invest in God's kingdom. The tithe is the starting place of grace giving. And as I've told y'all before, I believe in giving as much as I possibly can to the church and to other missions that has blessed me. So again, it is important for us to give, and to give more than 10% if possible. God knows our finances. He knows how we're living, and He knows how much we can give. And we all need to prayerfully start praying that God shows us the right way to give. and that includes me. So I hope everybody enjoyed that today, and thank you. And I want to thank all my subscribers, and my viewers, and any comments. I welcome any comments. Thank you so much for your time today. May God bless you all. It's my prayer.